The Special Investigating Unit will have direct access to Interpol's information system. This is after the SIU and Interpol's National Central Bureau for South Africa signed a memorandum of understanding for access to data systems to combat cyber crimes. We're now joined by Kaizer Kganyago, the SIU spokesperson. Dr. Kganyago, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. What is this data that you want to get access of?
Thank you very much to your viewers. The data that we want is the data that will help us in our vision, because we've got a clear vision as the SIU. And one of the main things that we want to do is to deal with cybercrime, and secondly is to deal with what we call data analytics. That is the vision that we want. Therefore, for us to achieve that kind of a vision, we enter into strategic partnerships where we are able to fight transnational corruption. Because nowadays with technology, people are moving from one nation to the other. And therefore, with the data that we are going to get from Interpol, we'll be able to follow some of these people in different countries.
Okay. Is this MOU taking a look at that specifically? I asked maybe in trying to understand when it comes to cybercrime, it is so vast and so complex. And so what is it that perhaps you'll be looking at specifically, or is it a number of things that the SIU will then have access to?
Yes, we will have a number of things. Obviously, for security reasons, we can't indicate what.
Okay.
But also, they are going to be helping us in the training part, where they will help us in training some of our officials, or to make sure that they know what to look for when they are looking into the cyber world, because it is a very complicated environment. When we do our investigation, nowadays is no more following money through the banking system only. We've got other means where money is being moved, and therefore we need to be well there. That is why initially we signed a memorandum with the French government, if you remember. And this is now one of the things that we are doing to achieve our vision. We've signed with the French, we've signed with CSIR, and now we've signed with Interpol.
Dr. Kganyago, you used the term strategic partnerships a little bit earlier on, rather, in explaining how we get into this agreement. What does that mean?
It means we look at the partners that have got common interest in what we do, because we went to them and say, this is our vision, this is where we want to go. We want to be one of the first in the African continent to then fight corruption holistically, and this is what we want to achieve. And they then came in and said, we have got the same view with you, therefore strategically we agree, and therefore we can work together to achieve the same goals. And that is why they give us this kind, and it can only happen because of strategic partners that we have, and also because of trust, because it's not everyone that Interpol allows into their systems.
If we are able to tap into their systems, are they able to tap into our systems?
We don't have a system like they do. Therefore, it's not so much of them tapping into our system, because their system has got connection in 195 countries. We don't have such a system. Therefore, we will learn to develop our own. Maybe at a later stage they can want to this or that from us. But in the main, we are the ones that benefits more.
Dr. Kganyago, how successful has Interpol been? There's a name I want to mention, but I won't. Where when we learned of Interpol, it was this high level individual within the crime-busting unit. And so how successful have they been in trying to understand deeper our connection with Interpol?
People need to understand that Interpol is there to try and help the countries that are affiliated to them to follow criminals or people who have done wrong from different countries, because they are represented in all of these countries, and they will assist with us. They are successful in connecting those dots for us. For example, if there are people who were doing corruption in the PPE space, and then some are in Mozambique, some are in the UAE and everywhere else, and we want to subpoena these people, we can work with them as Interpol to say, we need so-and-so, can you find that person in that country and bring this person here, so that we are able to subpoena them and ask them questions around the issues that we want to ask them questions on.
Okay. No doubt in terms of maybe the staff complement, there are skills that are also being transferred.
No, definitely. One of the major things is exactly that, to say they need to train us on some of this, because our people need a lot of training. The French are training us on the issue of cybercrime, and then they will be training us on and giving us a capacity on transnational organized crime. Therefore, all of that is needed by our investigators so that they become the best that they can be.
Dr. Kganyago, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Kaizer Kganyago speaks for the SIU.